Yo, what is good everyone, and thank you so much for stopping by the channel. So I wanted to begin with stating that we are always reading the comments and are well aware that you all appreciate the early sneaker reviews. So in light of that fact, we jumped at the opportunity when we were presented with a chance to acquire the Jordan 1 Phantom Black early. But just before we continue, I did want to let y'all know to go ahead and hit the link in the description and use the code BF30 to go ahead and get early access to our Black Friday sale. This is our biggest sale of the year, the biggest sale ever. It never gets any better than at 30% off site-wide. So be sure to go ahead and give that a look, as there's never been a better time to do so. Also, throughout the duration of November, we are going to be doing giveaways of various sneakers that we believe you guys will appreciate. More information is on our Instagram, so be sure to check that out as well. And so here they are, the beautiful Black Phantoms finally in hand. Now, for the sake of full transparency, acquiring these sneakers, especially ones of this caliber early, is not cheap. So if you do enjoy this kind of content, please be sure to communicate that to us by liking today's video and subscribing to the channel with notifications turned on. That's going to be the best way to ensure that we continue to bring on these early sneakers. Now, with that being said, let's go ahead and talk about the details that comprise this immaculate shoe. There's been a narrative floating around about the Travis Scott Jordan 1 Low Black Phantom that it's a safe, very boring, lazy design. And now, while that might be partially true, and I was actually ultimately of that mindset that this was just another Travis Scott just in an all black colorway, getting them in hand really did end up changing my mindset. And I do believe that once you guys get to see these in person, you might have that same change of mind. And now, beginning with the basics, we've got the simple foundation that is a standard Jordan 1 Low OG. That means the same materials, technology, midsole, outsole, and of course logos, referencing like the Wings logo on the heel. They're all going to be the same unless otherwise tinkered with for this specific release. As always with Jordan 1s, I do recommend taking your true size. I tend to range anywhere from an 8.5 to a 9, and these are an 8.5 and they fit perfect. The Jordan 1 Low Black Phantom breaks away from that typical earth tone-ish color palette to lean fully into a more monochromatic and sleek aesthetic, using different fabrics of black to serve as looking like different tones of black, as each respective fabric does feature contrasting textures that is emphasized by that contrast white stitching that separates each panel, makes this sneaker much more than just an all black shoe. Diving a little bit more into the details of the Jordan 1 Black Phantom, this shoe features a toe box, eyelets, and heel panels that is comprised of a super soft brush hairy suede. In person, this suede looks like a rich, highly saturated black, which is in stark contrast to the matte black nubuck that makes up the perforated toe box, mid panel, and reverse swoosh. Similarly to previously released Travis Scott 1 Lows, the tongue is made up of a padded, shiny black nylon. And finally, what's kind of been underreported with regard to the leaks surrounding this shoe is the fact that they come with what feels like to be a brushed polyester wool lining. This material feels like it is highly insulating, and as such, this aspect couldn't come in better timing for its December 15 release and the cooler months that the season brings. Now, bear in mind that December 15th date is prediction and is subject to change. All of this is bound together by the aforementioned contrast white stitching, which really makes this sneaker look good in my humble opinion. More details include black and white Nike Air and red Cactus Jack nylon tags that adorn the tongue, a feature that in my opinion looks very nice and adds a nice pop of color to the upper portion of this shoe. Embroidered on the heel is the Jordan's wing logo and a bee. And last, of course, you've got the additional laces that accompany the wax black that comes on the shoe. And these laces are going to be comprised of a waxed red and then the wider lace that is a black and white plaid. And that pretty much sums up this shoe and concludes the first look at the Jordan 1 Travis Scott Low Black Phantom. What are your thoughts on this sneaker? Has seeing and hearing about them kind of changed your mind or preconceived notions of them? We definitely want to hear your thoughts on these sneakers down below. If you did enjoy today's video, please be sure to communicate that to us by liking today's video and subscribing to the channel with notifications on. Not only will that help us continue to produce this style of content, but it'll also let you know when we drop the video of styling these sneakers. With that, before we go, I did want to thank you so much for stopping by today's video and for the continued support. We really do appreciate the minimal community so much. Don't forget to hit the link below to go ahead and shop Black Friday early and join those sneaker giveaways. With all that being said, I will catch you in the next upload for another Minimal Monday.